is just a reminder of everything that I'm paying for. For example, this is the Hawk Tuah Girls app. I had a nasty Hinge subscription. It was like $200 a year. Don't even get me started on ESPN Plus. I pay $120 just so I could have the honor, just so I could have the ability to give them another $80 every 2 weeks just to watch the fight.
So I download their app just like they told me to, and then when I went to try and see if they could cancel my subscriptions, turns out you have to pay them $6 a month for them to cancel your subscription. So
The average American person now spends $219 every single month on subscriptions. That's over $2,000 a year, not on living expenses, but on things they probably forgot they were even paying for. Things like streaming platforms, cloud storage, fitness apps, software, digital tools. Most people couldn't even list them all if they tried.
Products that were previously bought once are now being bundled into ongoing payments that budgeting experts warn can be a trap.
And this isn't just a personal problem, it's a global system. The subscription economy has grown into a $1.5 trillion industry, and it's still growing. What started as a convenient payment model has quietly evolved into a financial machine designed to keep you paying forever. You sign up once and then you forget. That's the trick. These services are built to fade into the background of your life, quietly deducting small amounts of money every month while you go about your day. $3.99 for cloud storage, $11.99 for a streaming service, $19.99 for that one tool you used twice in January and never opened again. You don't cancel it because it doesn't feel urgent. It's just a few bucks. But over time, those small amounts add up massively. And here's where it gets interesting. Companies know this. In fact, they rely on it. The modern subscription model isn't just about recurring payments. It's about predictable passive revenue, or a model so effective that companies now optimize entire products around how likely you are to forget you're paying. Think about this. It's easy to sign up for a service, right? One tap, one click, one free trial. But canceling, that's a different story. Some apps bury the cancel button under 5 menus. Others make you email support or call a live agent. A few even require written notice. These aren't oversights. They are deliberate obstacles known as dark patterns. Design choices that slow you down, confuse you, and subtly encourage you to give up. Because the longer you wait to cancel, the more they profit. One of the most well-known shifts into this model came from Adobe. For years, Adobe sold software like Photoshop, Premiere, and After Effects as one-time purchase. You'd buy this software once, maybe for $700, and you'd own it forever. But in 2013, Adobe removed that model and introduced Adobe Creative Cloud. Now, instead of paying once, users are charged $59.99 a month to access the same tools. Miss a payment and you lose access to everything: your files, your work, your creative output. It was framed as a benefit, more affordable monthly access. But the reality is, Adobe turned a one-time $700 sale into a lifelong income stream from every single customer. And people stayed, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. Once your entire creative workflow is locked behind a paywall, living becomes risky. That's the strategy.
The amount of subscription service companies has exploded in the past decade. But the question is, why? It might make sense to have a gym subscription, and streaming movies is much more convenient than buying DVDs individually. But now there are companies that will sell a subscription to basically everything. You can buy a subscription to cars, shaving equipment, groceries, video games, plane tickets, and even a place to live.
You can get a subscription for that. Literally every product, every digital product you could ever want, any physical thing you could ever want, there is literally a subscription service for that.
Companies across every industry are now copying this model, even in places you'd never expect. In 2022, BMW announced that some of their cars would come with heated seats as a subscription. The hardware is already installed in your car, but if you want to use it, you'll need to pay a monthly fee. You're not paying for installation, you're paying to unlock a feature that already exists, just like a software. And this is where it gets dangerous. The line between what you own and what you rent is disappearing. We used to buy music. Now we rent it from Spotify or Apple Music. We used to buy software. Now it's all behind monthly logins. Even your personal data, your photos, your files, your notes, live on rented cloud servers. Miss one payment and they vanish. Subscriptions are no longer just about convenience, they're about control. And it goes deeper than just money. This model subtly changes the way we think about ownership, responsibility, and value. You stop asking, do I need this? And start thinking, it's just a few bucks. But you don't feel the pain of spending anymore because the payments are silent, automatic, and forgettable. And companies exploit the silence. Some offer free trials that auto-renew the moment you stop paying attention. Others have tiers, offering just enough value to make you think the $19.99 plan is a better deal than the $9.99. Even if you only need the basic version, some platforms bundle services together, confusing the prices so thoroughly that you no longer know what you're actually paying for. And because it's all on autopilot, you rarely check. You become financially passive. You stop questioning, and when you finally look at your bank statement, it's a mess of small recurring charges that you have quietly siphoned hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars out of your life. That's the real cost. Not just money you spent, but the decisions you didn't make, the things you could have invested in, the freedom you slowly gave away, one subscription at a time. This isn't just a payment model, it's a system that works best when you stop paying attention, and it's working exactly as intended.